Getting back at you guys, sharing a little more good news about the REVO Rideshare platform. This is the blockchain powered rideshare platform. And once you learn more about this thing, you get more and more excited because, you know, this whole, rideshare type of thing, the gig economy, the um, side hustle world, this is not some underground movement. Okay. This is not something that, people sneak around and do. This is a globally accepted form of income generation. Okay. Now, I know maybe a generation ago, if you told someone that you were doing something to make extra money, they would say something like, "What's wrong? What, are you unhappy with your job? What's going on? Do you need any help?" Because maybe a generation ago, the mindset was that, you go to school, you get good grades so you can go to graduate high school and go to college, and somehow going to college and getting a degree was supposed to mean some kind of routine or income or something that meant that that was all you needed, and this job was supposed to take care of you forever, okay, until you retired on some pension or something that meant that you could just kick back and some magical money from the sky was supposed to fall into your bank account and take care of your life until the rest of your life, okay. But I think what we're starting to see in this day and age, that's a story that's just some pipe dream, okay. Most Americans, and I would definitely say people all around the world, have come to grips with the truth. And the truth is you need something more than just a job. And this whole side hustle, gig economy kind of thing with platforms like Uber, Lyft, or Instacart, or some of these things, DoorDash, and there's a whole bunch of other ones too. The side hustle, remote work from home, work on your own schedule, make more money outside of just your job. This is normal stuff now. It's normal. Now, let's talk about some good news that's going on right now in the city of Miami, or the state of Florida, South Florida. It looks like that community there is taking very well to this whole new rideshare platform. Now, you guys, certainly most people around the country have not heard of Revo Rideshare. Okay, this is a new platform. And it's going to take some work. It's going to take some work to bring it to the marketplace. Just like Uber and Lyft. Now, the difference is, though, is Uber and Lyft probably dished out a bunch of money for marketing and all that kind of stuff. So they probably have a huge overhead for marketing and stuff like that. And you know how it goes. These companies that spend millions in advertising and marketing, this is what justifies them saying, "Oh, we have to take more money from our contracted workers, or employees in some cases, because we have such a high marketing and advertising, and we have to cover that cost. So that means that we have to pay less or take more or whatever." Okay. Now, the great news about Revo Rideshare, the great news is that this is a word of mouth platform. It's word of mouth. It's like multi-level marketing or direct sales or what have you. This is word of mouth, and therefore guys at Revo Rideshare, they don't have a huge overhead marketing advertising budget that they have to justify, paying you less. In fact, it's word of mouth, and so they can pay you more. All right, how about that? So the good news is that Revo Rideshare is taking on very well so far in their first test market city. Now, I'm new to this. Okay, I'm new to Revo Rideshare. I don't know every little detail of everything in the company yet. I've watched a few videos, and it makes sense to me. And I know that the founders of this company and the people involved at the top, they come with a lot of credibility. They have a lot of documented success, and so when you look at what they're doing and in their explanation and presentation of what's going on, it gets pretty exciting. So the cool thing is that Miami or South Florida looks to be taking on very well to this new rideshare platform. And with that being said, we got to ask ourselves, why is Miami taking on so well? Okay, so what's going on in Miami? Well, first of all, I'm assuming that the company itself is either headquartered in Miami, and I don't know, to be honest, I don't know if they're headquartered in Miami or not. But I'm assuming they are, or maybe Miami and South Florida is a huge marketplace for rideshare, the rideshare companies. And so they just kind of targeted the top market. And so it really doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter where or why it's taken off. I think it's important for us to understand that it's taken off. And in order to take off, you need two things. You need drivers and you need riders. Okay, and of course you need people sharing the news, right, telling the good news. So one of the things that I just saw on Facebook here is let me go ahead and share this with you guys so you guys can see for yourself what's going on here. Let's go to okay, yeah, this is good. All right, so if you look at what this is one of the Facebook groups, and I think there's a bunch of them. And Paul Mickle, I think that's the founder of the Revo Rideshare platform, and he comes with a lot of credibility. So I just first of all, it looks like they just announced, this is yesterday, that they have 8,000 people registered with Revo. Now, 8,000 people, that's enough to, if it doubled a couple times, that would be 8,000 turning into 16,000, turning into 32,000, turning into 64,000, turning into 128,000, turning into 256,000, turning into 512,000, turning into, over a million. So within a few revolutions of, doubling, you're going to have a huge community surrounding Revo Rideshare. Now the key is that there's a bunch of cities out there that are wide open that have never even heard of Revo Rideshare. I remember being a rideshare driver myself years ago, and I remember having talking to people about um, Uber or Lyft, and I remember that people were kind of like dumbfounded, like, "What is that? How does that work?" Oh, what, with my phone? Oh, how do I download the app? It was brand new to people just a few years ago. Now, of course, everybody hears about it now. Everybody knows about Uber and Lyft now. Okay. But there was a time when not many people knew what it was and ever heard of it. It's amazing to see where it's come from the days when it was brand new. Okay. Now, you look at Revo Rideshare, and you look at, they're just getting started. Just getting started. Now, think about this. If you were a pioneer in your city, and I'll just use San Francisco for example. San Francisco was my first city. Was that's where Uber is headquartered, San Francisco. And so I remember when they launched their city, and I remember being one of the first people. At least it felt like that. It was so new. It felt like I was one of the first people to jump into Uber and start driving around. Of course, at that time there was probably thousands of drivers. I don't know if there was 8,000, but I know there was thousands. And I just remember feeling like, man, you know, uh, this is an awesome movement, because at the time it was kind of a movement, this new technology of rideshare, and the phone and the app, and the customer has the app, the rider has an app, and the driver has an app, and the apps match the two together, and these, you go and pick them up and drop them off, and the app keeps track of everything. Gosh, that was all brand new and exciting stuff. Well, imagine if you were one of the pioneers in, say, the San Francisco market. Now, you could put whatever city you're in, because if you're in any kind of major city, there's Uber there, okay? Uber or Lyft. But imagine being one of the people that launched the area. But what if you could earn for referring people? What if you could earn a residual on every driver that that came on board and started driving around, and created the whole Uber sphere, right? What if you were the one that kind of kicked it off? What if you were one of the ones that kind of launched it? Where would you be right now if you had the opportunity to launch a rideshare platform in your city, and you earned a percentage on the volume of fares that were generated in your city? Where would you be right now? And sometimes we look back, we all have that wish I woulda, coulda, shoulda kind of moment in our lives. I'm sure everybody who can hear my voice right now has seen some opportunity come along, come and go, and you kind of wish, oh gosh, I wish I woulda, coulda, shoulda. Okay. Well, the thing is, the truth is in the Uber Lyft sphere, you can refer people, but even if you refer people, it's kind of like a one-time bonus if the driver does so many drives. Okay. Now, again, Uber and Lyft, maybe at one time it was really exciting, but nowadays, you know, uh, the money that you make is not as much as it used to be. As a matter of fact, somebody might join an Uber or Lyft and be sort of surprised at how little money there is. And what a lot of times these drivers have to do is, instead of working part-time to make some significant money, they have to work full-time. Can you imagine 8 hours in a car driving around? A lot of people do that. 8 hours and more. But imagine driving for 8 hours and still not being satisfied with how much money you made for the day. So, in that regard, maybe you refer a few people, but because of your experience, you might not be too enthusiastic about it, sharing it with other people. And then, if you did refer someone, are they going to drive the full? I don't remember how many they have to do, but they have to do so many rides before they release your little bonus. Okay, but what if they don't reach that amount? Okay, and I think a huge thing is, if you're not motivated to share it with other people because of your own experience, well then, you know, you, that bonus that they give you to share it with other people may not really be your motivating factor. Okay, you may not be motivated to do that. Now, on the other hand, if you were in a position where you were, watching this thing grow, part of the pioneering group, pioneering drivers, even riders, and I'm talking of drivers and riders, okay? You could be at one of the pioneers of the Rev Revo rideshare platform, and you could be earning a residual on the people that you refer to the platform, who earn a residual on the people that they refer to the platform, who earn a residual on the people that they refer to the platform. Now, is it perfect? Is there, are they probably having to work out some bugs? Probably so. But all I know is we are in a position right now. If you're hearing this, you're in a position right now to be one of the first drivers in your town, drivers or riders. We need both for this thing to work. And you could literally be in a position where you're earning residuals on the fares that are generated in your town. Imagine waking up one day, going outside, driving down the street or whatever, and just recognizing all the share riders, ride sharers, whatever, and seeing all of these people, happily going out, conducting business, the agreement between the driver and the rider, and everyone's happy. Drivers are making more, riders are paying less. The blockchain is keeping track of everything and digitally, okay? And so, but you look out the window of your car, you're driving around, and you recognize that all of these people are contributing to your residual. You are earning a residual on all the people out there, making a living or side hustling or getting to their important destinations. You launch that in your area, you're earning a residual on all of the drivers that you see around you. Imagine that. Okay. So this is sort of like sort of a congratulations to Revo, because it looks like 8,000 people have registered on the platform in Miami or that area. So if they can do it in Miami, then guess what, guys? They can do it elsewhere. They can do it in your town. You can do it in your town. Okay, wherever you are. All right, whatever city. What are we talking about? We're talking about San Francisco, Portland, um, LA. Okay, that's just the West Coast. Seattle, just the West Coast. Okay, how about the East Coast? New York, Chicago, all over. Other places in Florida. Um, I don't know, all over Texas, Houston, Dallas, in Utah, in Missouri, in Kansas. I'm naming places you guys already know. If you got the vision of seeing where this could go, you could be a pioneer in these areas. Once you are part of the platform, they'll suggest that you join the Facebook group and you can kind of get updates and stuff like that. You'll learn a lot of the stuff. But let's just read what it says. This is by Paul Mickle. I think that's the founder of the company. He says the volume of rides is growing in South Florida, and we are working through the glitches that come with scaling something as big as we are doing. Okay, come on, guys. You'd be silly to think, oh, it's perfect. No, they're going to have some things that they're going to have to work out along the way. Obviously, Uber and Lyft had to do that along the way as well. All right. I will be reaching out over the next 10 days to areas that have 200 or more customers registered and have downloaded the client app. Okay, so I think there's going to be some people who are probably going out there and taking this thing very serious and signing people up, drivers and riders. Okay, setting expectations is vital when registering drivers. I have noticed that drivers are excited about the Revo Revolution, but are expecting to register and start receiving rides without without registering clients themselves. Okay, so hey guys, this is a two-part thing. You need drivers and you need riders. Okay, so if you're going to refer people, refer both. And hey, if you sign up, then be a driver and a rider, and help more riders come on the platform. Okay, use your social media, your influence, whatever you got to do. Let's get some more riders out there as well. Um, then it says one of the reasons why Uber and Lyft take so much from the drivers is to cover their marketing costs. We pay out more in commissions and driver mileage fees than any company in the industry. So we are counting on our drivers and entrepreneurial independent business owners to market Revo, because they will receive residual income monthly. For a revolution to work, we have to change the way we have always done things if we want a different result. Um, and he's got driver orientation and all this kind of stuff. So I just wanted to share that with you guys so you can see that this is a real thing happening. This thing is really moving. And I don't know about you, but I would like to be one of the pioneers of this thing. I want to see this thing grow. Maybe because of my own experience, I saw Uber and Lyft go from nothing to now common practice in the world. And so I think that's a huge opportunity to be one of the first in an area or part of this thing promoting it and watching this thing grow and then sort of being responsible for thousands, tens of thousands, maybe even millions of people, uh, uh, improving the quality of their life because they are participating in this platform, this rideshare platform that brings them prosperity, dignity, and the ability to take care of their family and their lives. So I want to be a part of that. Thanks for tuning in. If you guys have any questions about this platform, hey guys, it's worldwide. It could be anywhere, any country. I think it's primarily just in the US for now, but it's expanding and it's growing. And what an amazing opportunity for you to be a part of something like this. So, with that being said, guys, take care. Reach out to me if you're on the Facebook. If you're on Facebook with me or on YouTube, you can reach out. Okay.